Here we are in northeast Tasmania. Now, we've done the west coast before, we've done some of the northwest, we've done some butte trips in Tasmania, some of the best adventures and the hardest off-roading I've ever seen. But we're back to have a look at something a little bit different. That's Scottsdale down there, and all around Scottsdale, within cooey of Scottsdale, you could say Scottsdale's the hub, really, of some of the best four-wheel driving tracks I've ever seen. It's a terrific place, it really is, but like the rest of Australia, what you really need to see on the right track is some local assistance. And that's what I've done here. We've got a couple of real good blokes. Lyndon, say g'day.
G'day, I'm Lyndon. Everybody calls me Trout.
We'll find out why later on, probably because he's got to swim for his Nissan. And of course, Lyndon brought along Luke.
G'day.
And he's going to need Luke, I reckon, because Luke looks like he's pretty fit. He'll be a good man on the winch strap. Now that's the, yeah, righto, that's the other thing we got going here, okay? We got a bright red Nissan Patrol versus a dirty old green Land Cruiser. Now the next thing we've got going here, of course, is pretty obvious, is that let's say the energy and the enthusiasm of youth versus the treachery and cunning of old age. Someone around here's old, it might be me, but that'll work just fine.
You're not going to need a walking phone to get over to your truck and hop in.
Oh, good on you, mate, good on you. I hope you got a big bag of nappies in there, because I reckon you're going to need them before the day's out. We're going to see some terrific country. Come along and have a look. Come on, guys, let's go. I was going to say I'll race you down to the bottom of the hill, but I'll probably have to take it easy and pick up a few of the bits on the way down, eh?
Pretty soon we're heading down Mount Stronach, which is about 4.5 k's from Scottsdale. There's some awesome views up here of northeast Tasmania. It's really popular with the bushwalkers, but by crikey, when you've got a truck you can see a few places in a hurry too. It's got an altitude of 500 metres, and you can bet that the temperature here can run really low. Even in summer you'll see sub 10 degree days all day long. The cold's playing a bit of havoc there with Milo actually. She's smoking it up a little bit just every now and then. Doesn't really like the cold, my old girl. A little bit like me, you know, built in Queensland, likes it warm, but that's all right.
One up for the patrol, eh?
Hey, didn't you get up there, Roothy?
Oh, it was easy, but I just wanted to show you how it was done and take the harder part.
You're going to have to do better than that.
Oh, get away.
That was nothing.
Hang on, I'm busy. I'm picking up Nissan bits again.
Yeah, right.
This track was pretty easy going because it hasn't rained here for a while. You can imagine what it'd be like in the wet though.
What are you doing?
Mate,
Broke down again?
I'm going so slow behind that patrol that Milo's in danger of freezing up. So I've got to get a bit of warmth into her. There you go, hold that up for me. It's got a thermostat, but in cold air like this, and when it's doing a lot of idling, it runs that cool, but I've got to do this just to get a bit of warmth in it. Plus, you know, it's a little bit embarrassed at having to follow a patrol around. We'll fix that patrol. It's real good fun actually driving with these guys because they're right into it. They love it. And what they lack in age, they're making up for in just sheer enthusiasm. But I'm going to keep chucking them a line, you know. I just can't resist. It's too good.
We followed the boys northeast along the Tasman Highway towards Winnaleah until we hit the Banker Road turn-off. And from there on we're heading north into the Bass State Forest District. It's great to hit the dirt road and know that you're heading to the next spot. But I'll tell you what, these guys, you know, they might be young, but by crikey, they know what they're on about. This is going to be really good fun.
Looks good. You been through here before, Trout?
Yeah, not much water today though.
Yeah? What was it like last time?
I normally sat about here. A couple there in the Zurkey, she just washed it down there, so alright.
How far did you go?
Oh, just down about past that rock a little bit.
There's a couple of good catches back there.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a drought here, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so water's down everywhere.
Yeah, rain just enough to keep it flowing.
It's all right, mate. It's beautiful Tassie water.
Yeah.
Come on, let's give it a go, eh?
Funny, isn't it? What they call a drought in Tasmania, we'd be so happy to see up in Queensland. This water crossing isn't that hard. The boys have been through here quite a few times. But you wouldn't think so, though, would you? Come on, mate.
The motor fall out.
Oh, he made hard work out of that, but I think he's kidding me a bit. Big tyres and lots of clearance. That seems to be the answer in Tasmania. Starting to wish I had a bit of that myself. Here's my chance to show them how it's done, eh? A little bit of the experience of old age. And it nearly went all wrong. Good old Milo. Might squeak a bit, but it makes easy work out of things like this. I won't even bother telling the lads that I've got a locker button pushed in here.
And who are you to talk? I mean, you were telling me your old man comes through here towing a trailer full of trees, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he drives a Toyota, doesn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't drive up that track, though.
Righto. Okay, well, let's, come on, march it out. Let's see what you can do.
All right.
I'll be right behind. I'll give you a little push, all right? Yeah, well, the young fella made that look easy, didn't he? I better do the same.
Ah, good old Milo. Just makes it look too easy sometimes. Bit of hand throttle and up we go.
Hey Roothy, you ready for the mud?
Yeah, no worries, mate. Toyota won't have any problems at all. I hope you got a nappy, have you?
You'll need a nappy to wipe the mud off your face.
Oh, good on you. Hey, we'll see. You just march it out, all right?
Righto.
Look at that. Look at the air it's pushing up. That means it's porous, which means there's a fair chance of just going. And I bet it gets deeper, does it? Yeah.
Over in that bottom corner. Yeah, go in, Roothy.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Righto, out of the road. Hey, well, your Nissan, has it got enough balls to pull me out?
Yeah, sure has.
Yeah, righto. That's why I've got to go first, eh?
That's it.
Now, that's a bit of treachery for you. Hey, use his snatch strap and then it'll get dirty.
Yeah, but the real treachery is I'm going first. And as everyone knows, you got more chance going first through the mud than you have going second.
Righto.
Trout pretty much assured me I'd clear this no worries because all his mates had. And look at that, bang, straight up to the axles, all over, sitting on the bottom, going nowhere. Ah, jeez. I can hear Luke saying, I told you so.
Already.
Aww. You guys knew that was going to happen, didn't you?
It's not the first time a Nissan's pulled me out in living memory, that's for sure. Oh, a bit embarrassing, eh? She did it easy, though. Dead easy.
Oh. Doesn't matter how many times you do it, it's always fun. Well, I can tell you one thing for sure, there's no way your patrol will get through there. He set me up. He set me up. Can you believe it? That young fella set me up. Oh, shut up. It was fun, but. Well, good. And when you do come through, you'll know it's because I went through on the Toyota first, okay? So I've solved all your problems there, Trout. It's just too easy, mate. Doddle in the park. Hey?
We'll see.
He's going to give it a go.
old boy got a whole lot further than Milo anyway. Just goes to show what lifting tyres do, eh? But he didn't make it out. Couldn't quite get that last lip up. Oh, too good. I would have been so embarrassed if he'd shot straight through there.
See that? How good was that? He nearly did it. I hate to say this, but that's a very impressive truck.
Milo's snatch points aren't working off the rear at the moment. They're so suspect it's not funny. They just about pulled through the big plate washers, so I decided to use a tree trunk protector around the whole rear of the bar. That was good enough to give Trout all the pull he needed just to pull out, but look at this.
The worst damage on my Toyota has been caused by hauling out a Nissan. Oh,
Slow going for a fair while here as we work our way through the forest.
what's the trick here? You'd want to stay on those logs, wouldn't you?
Yeah, just put your driver's side wheel on the log.
On that one there, yeah.
Straight up.
You're not kidding me again, are you?
No. I'll show you.
All right. Okay.
There's plenty of these river crossings in Tasmania. In fact, Tasmania is just riddled with creeks and rivers. And in the old days, they used all that incredible timber around the place to bridge them up. And time after time, you'll come across great big sturdy old crossings where all the wood's just rotted out from years of rain and all the rest of it. And that's what we've got here. Someone's patched it, quite a few people have been through it. Trout's probably taken his club through here a few times. Which is a bit of a mess, but the trucks get through, no worries, and that's a good thing. All a question of picking the right log.
Oh, look at that. Someone left a tin line here. We'll take that with us, eh? I don't know what it is, you know, such a beautiful country and people go and stuff it up like this. All right, let's go.
The next day we head back down the Tasman Highway towards Derby. The boys decide to take a short detour to Billycock Hill. Bit of a favourite hill climb here with the local four-wheel drivers. I thought I'd go for a bit of a walk, but I tell you what an effort. This was one steep hill. And not a lot on either side either, just those trees. Not a lot to stop you. Be pretty easy to cock up Billycock, trust me.
I've seen some steep hills, but normally you just get one steep bit, you know, in the middle of the hill or towards the top normally. This thing starts out steep, gets steeper in the middle, and then gets really steep at the top. And there's a rock ledge there at about the 3/4 point where it just about stands right up. This is going to be one for treachery and cunning, I reckon. Fair dinkum, these guys are crazy.
You always come with you.
Hey?
Gonna give her a crack? He's too scared, his old age is catching up on him.
Stop grinning,
You
you
know,
know.
in the wheelchair.
Oh.
Trout just launches in with all the momentum the old patrol can drag up, which is quite a bit really. The hill hasn't been driven for a little while by the look of it, so he's probably got a slight advantage there. Nobody's kicked too much back, but by crikey, this is an awesome effort from the young fella, it really is. And I reckon old Luke was hanging on to his backside too.
He's game, he's got to the tough spot, he's gone a little bit further. He might do it, you know. Oh, bugger me. He's done it. Yep, he's over. That's an awesome effort. The worst thing about that is I'm going to have to do it in Milo now too. Oh, jeez. Oh, good on you, mate. That was awesome. That was a good idea to let your dog do the driving.
He's co-bombs. Well, look. He's too scared.
Well, here I go. Into it. Milo hasn't got the revs of the patrol, so I'm just going to rely a bit more on traction than momentum and see how we go. There go the lockers. In they go.
Oh no. The size of the holes they've dug. Okay. We're actually stuck in a hole. Oops, there we go. Come on, old girl, we can't go backwards. Just go back a little bit, I hope. Barely hanging on the brakes here.
I probably needed to start my run up somewhere in Queensland though to get that sort of momentum up.
The boys dug a couple of big holes here, and I've just gone and dug them up some more. So unless I can go up the left of the track there completely, we ain't going to make it, and that's going to be embarrassing.
This is more of a slow motion battle than Trout's was, that's for sure.
Come on, old girl. That's the worst of it gone. Oh, wow. We're going to do it. That was really exciting. He's good, that kid. I'm not going to tell him, but he's really good. He really thought that out, you know, because by going first, he got first crack at it and got to dig it up a bit. And I got the rest. And Milo made it. I'm really surprised. And there was a couple of moments there where we were hanging on a bit of an angle, and if it hadn't been for the front locker pulling us out, I think we would have come back down sideways. Come on, what else you got? That was too easy. Jesus, well done, boys. The only thing that got me over that ledge and not coming back down rolling was the front locker. It just paid for itself several times over that front locker, fair income. Wow.
So now try it without the lockers.
Right. Yeah. Only I'll go first.
About a half hour's drive down the road and we reached the town of Derby. This is about 103 kilometres northeast of Launceston, and it's an old tin mining town overlooking the Ringarooma River. I was showing the boys a few of the finer points of the old gold fossicking and filling up my water bottle too, something you can do a lot of in Tasmania because there's so much good fresh water.
Found a big flake.
Yeah.
Is that a big flake of gold? That one there. Or is that mica?
Here, let me just... Nah, mate, that's not gold. See you later. Every year, the locals, they all get together here. They make their own rafts out of skitter tubes and stuff in October. And they have this event called the Derby River Derby. And they push in their homemade rafts up here off the grass banks and just, you know, float down 6Ks, 7Ks. Takes about an hour, Trout reckons, and he won it one year with his mates. It's just fantastic. What a terrific event, you know, it's so much fun. And the water is crystal clear. You can taste the rain in it. You can taste the purity in it. I can see a couple of flecks of gold hanging out of the wall over there. Oh, I love this place. I'm really seriously considering just upping stumps and staying here.
After the hill climb, the boys decided to take me up to Cascade Dam for a bit of peace and tranquility. Luke said something about, you know, a little doze in the sun for the old fella. Yeah, well, look at that for a bit of peace and tranquility. This road, I noticed, must have been cut in many, many years ago. It really must have been, because there was an old convict-built stone wall running up the side of it.
The track closes in here a bit. Look at this, we're going to have trees in the window any second.
So much for it being a leisurely drive through the country, eh, Trout? This is a real bash around here. Oh, Milo's hopping all over the place.
He's a little rough. Oh, wow.
Tell you what, the coil-sprung patrol handled this a whole lot better than poor old leaf-sprung Milo. But we're not giving up here. We're not saying anything. We're just doing it. Come on, old girl. Look at that GQ, just walks, doesn't it? Trout's got about 5 inches of lift there and some big tyres. That makes all the difference in this sort of country.
And I'm just sneaking in the compressor and the rear locker, just make it a little bit more stable up the slope. Don't have to tell the boys that, eh?
This track's still very much open, but more and more tracks like this that access the backs of dams and old mining sites and some of the best parts of the Australian bush are being closed down. Why? For no reason at all. No real reason anyway.
Sometimes, you know, you get the idea they just hate people. They don't want people in there. Lock out the people. And that's not the way to protect the environment. The way to protect the environment is to share it. Everyone comes and can get in there and have a look and enjoy it. Like this. This is fantastic. In some parts of Australia, they'd shut this track already just because they don't want people going in there for some stupid reason. Wow, this is just awesome, isn't it?
This looks like a good place for lunch. Wonder if the boys are up for some of my cooking.
Cascade Dam. I can't quite see the brewery, but the dam is beautiful. I reckon we might just camp up here and cook up something to eat, eh? I'll get a bit peckish. It's almost beer o'clock. Wow, what a day that was. There's some awesome rock climbing back there, eh? I reckon we spat a few rocks. Yeah, and I was surprised the poo trail got here. And because it's going to get fairly cold tonight, I've decided to cook up something a bit different. It's sort of like a hot Tassie stew, I think. Now, I've had the guys chopping up some veggies. Don't stop just because I asked you to. We'll keep going. Start out, I've got a bit of olive oil in there and a bit of butter. And now I'm going to kick some onion in. You guys chop up some onion while you're over there before? Yeah. Oh, terrific. Jeez, looks better than the stuff I chopped up. How'd you do that? And because it is a little bit chilly up here, this isn't going to be a normal stew. It's going to be a little bit different, as you'll see as we go. Bit of an adventure, really, a bit like that track we just came up, you know. Could be a winner. We could all be eating baked beans later on. No, it'll be good. Now, as the onions go to a nice shade of brown, this is pepperoni salami, okay? I've only chopped up a little bit of it, about 3 or 4 inches, and I've chopped it up fairly small. But that's just to give us a little bit of a flavour base in the onions. It's just something different, you know, you can do different out there, especially when you're cooking. It's only like mixing concrete, no matter what all those guys on TV say. And there we go. Salami and onion, pepperoni salami and onion. That'll kick off really nice as a bit of a flavour base. All right, that's starting to look good. In goes the steak. In she goes. At this stage, what we need to do is add the veggies. So we'll start out with the spuds and the carrots. This is all Tasmanian produce. And a bit of celery. Good on you, Trout. Now, you don't have to add celery, you don't have to add anything. It's a stew, add whatever you want, but it'll add a bit of flavour. It really will. And it'll give us something green to chase around the pot so we know when it's well and truly mixed. Now look at that. Nice full bowl already. It'll get there. This is vegetable stock. Just need something in there to give it a bit of liquid. Vegetable stock will do the trick. I'm also going to add some Gravox. Righto, in goes the Gravox. That's settled it down a bit. Now, you can see there that as far as liquid goes, I'm only about halfway up the food level. That's because all those veggies and the meat are going to have their own liquids in them that'll come out. So we don't really want much more than that. What we do want is a bit of the old instant flavour. Now I know what everyone's thinking. They're saying, what happened to the chilli sauce? You know, where's your sweet chilli sauce? Actually, there's no chilli sauce for a good reason. And that's because of something else I'm going to add. The chilli sauce would have killed the flavour of the pepperoni and the flavour of the magic ingredient, which happens to be wasabi peas. Have you ever seen a stew made with wasabi peas before? No, neither have I, but we're going to find out if it works. In they go. So we got pepperoni and wasabi peas in with a fairly, you know, humdrum old English stew, a little bit of oyster sauce. I'm going to add some honey. All right. This is a bit of breakfast marmalade, just to give it a little bit of sugar. And that, guys, is about it. Another masterpiece. Oh, maybe. He doesn't look too sure, does he? But then he didn't look... Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, that's because you're hungry. After a day like today, I'm not surprised. The trick is now, put the lid on and leave it for a while. And you're probably wondering how long. Well, this is where we go and find out how many beers we got in the fridge, I suppose. We'll be back in a minute. Whoa! That didn't sound too good. Well, that was a good walk. Let's see how our stew is. Our hot Tassie stew. Oh, smells all right, doesn't it? Well, we'll see how we go with that. Chuck us some plates. Just start with a little bit to start with, just in case you die and we've got to wrap you up in a bag. Oh, hang on. You need a slice of bread with this. What do you reckon?
It's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Hey, fair income.
It is.
Far out.
Oh, it's not bad for a Toyota driver.
I'm going to go and sit on this rock and eat mine. Tastes all right, actually.
We leave the Cascade Dam along the Derby Jeep track, which winds in and out of the eucalypt forest. And somewhere along here, guess who made a wrong turn? That'll be me.
We'll just have a bit of a look at this. I don't think we should have gone this way either. But we'll have a look. No one's been here for a while, eh?
No, it doesn't look like.
Holy dolly. Oh boy. Awesome. What do you reckon?
Hey,
Oh, it feels
drive that Toyota across here first.
Oh, that doesn't look real good. What's that?
I
Oh! This is amazing. This bridge looks reasonably solid, you know, but it's just cardboard. Look at this. It's just wet cardboard. Look. And this stuff underneath's the same too. So, hey guys, I think we'll take the long way. Whatever that is.
So we decided to call it a day. The Sparky was trying to get at the possum, so you know what that means. Time out, time to go. The next day, we headed off towards Blue Tier, home of some of the finest four-wheel driving in the country. But on the way, we made a quick stop off at Trout's family farm, so he could show us his latest project. Now, the farm's been in Trout's family since it was handed over to his grandfather as a soldier settlement block. It's beef and veal for the most part, and Trout's dad, Graham's still working it to this day.
Oh, mate. What a beast. This is good, you know, like there's 3 inches of water here on the floor, so when you run out of mud you can make your own. Is that the idea?
The Mud Runner's an NQ Patrol, a 1981 beast, and his dad bought it for the motor. But it was sitting there on the farm a bit too long in one piece, so Trout decided to build it up and go wild. And all those other cars lying around are rejects that Trout's trashed over the years. An old Datsun, a Nissan Pintara. That Pintara cost him $250. But it's the Mud Runner that Trout loves. She's a rough as bags job. But they have a lot of mud running competitions over here, and you can bet Trout's not missing out for nobody. However, the old NQ's dropping a lot of oil from the automatic transmission. I don't know how long Trout's going to be driving in and out for. Not for too long without the front axle, that's for sure. This is how you have fun in the country. Get the old dam and turn it into mud.
We should have turned the idle up a bit on it, eh? Like having a big bull stuck in a ball or something.
Yeah, you reckon Graham just encourages Trout to do anything he wants, doesn't he, eh? Wouldn't it be great to have a dad like that? Yeah, it's losing oil all over the place, stripping straight out of the auto.
I don't think you can put enough oil in it, you know?
Down on the farm in Tassie. After a bit of driving, we got down to Wildest in the northeast of Tasmania, a couple of hours from Launceston.
That's Roothy 180.
We were here for the Blue Tier track, and we entered through the Wildest Scenic Pass Reserve, a landscape of lush green tree fern glades and sassafras trees. The forest has some unreal examples of ancient Gondwana vegetation, dating back some 250 million years ago when the dinosaurs roamed through here. Some of these trees are over 100 metres tall. The Blue Tier wasn't really known much around the world until it became part of a big forestry operations, and before long they started to investigate ways of generating some money out of this kind of country, apart from clear fell logging. Well, I can tell them a real easy way. Tell all the four-wheel drivers about it and stick a $2 tag on the gate.
Prehistoric back there, wasn't it? It was like you just expected a dinosaur to come romping out, you know, great big stegosaurus. Mate, I think my truck's probably a bit of a dinosaur. It felt right at home back there. That's prehistoric, that forest. That's about as raw as it comes, isn't it? It's just insane. I've seen some forests in Australia. I reckon that's the oldest.
The Blue Tier's a mountain plateau, and once this place swarmed with tin miners. It was actually known as the Mountain of Tin at one stage to the early pioneers, and because of their efforts, now you can get in and out all over the place on the old pack trails winding through the rainforest. But you've got to watch out though, because there's still numerous old mine shafts scattered all throughout this area, and you can bet that if they did chuck a couple of logs over the top, it's a kangaroo trap these days. I was really enjoying the drive through here, but Milo was starting to make some really different noises, kind of a ka-thud, and I could work it out that it was coming from the rear, but that was as close as I could get. At first I thought maybe my cooker was coming loose or something, but there was a definite feel about the body that suggested all was not well. And we've done a lot of twisting around now too, so I don't know, I might have to stop and have a look.
It does sound like it's coming from under here, doesn't it?
Oh, good on you, Luke. I can't tip it over, so you're going to try.
Do it again.
Go for it, Luke. Give her a rock. When I pulled your dirty, great, big, fat patrol out of that bog hole. Look, I busted the whole bumper bar. I pulled everything in. It's all buckled, all of this.
Yeah, but it's Toyota.
And then that's gone and done the last twitches on those body mounts at the back. So really, my truck's broken because it pulled yours out of the mud.
That was only too much excitement.
Too much excitement.
Give it all too much. I only needed a little shot,
Oh, yeah. Tell you what, mate, I had to give it a lot because, you know, that big heavy lump of yours was stuck, well and truly.
No.
Yep, that'll be the end of the road for Milo on this trip.
Well, there you go. Tassie 3, Milo 0. Yet to win one here. Wow. This time, the body mounts at the back have come that loose that the body's shifting an inch or so either way. So, got to call it quits here because this track's about to get pretty tough, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And I got a feeling I'll wind up sitting on a fruit box holding the steering wheel at this rate because there's a lot of movement going on there. So we're going to make a couple of temporary repairs to get the 2,000 k's home, and that's about it. But I'm not going to let this place beat me, I'll tell you what. We'll be back to do this blue tier track, I'll tell you.
Yep.
It's just too good. It's been awesome too through here. I can't thank you guys enough, honestly. It's been awesome. Good on you, Lyndon.
Showing you around.
Oh, mate, you're terrific. Thanks very much.
Awesome.
Yeah, one day I hope to see you in a Toyota. Good on you, Luke.
No worries.
Thanks, mate. That's awesome.
It's been good. Yeah.
Righto, guys. See you next time.
Yeah.
G'day! Welcome to Roothy's Ruthless Tales. Go on, grab a slice of fair dinkum, Australia. Get your dose of Roothy and put a smile on your dial.